Hey everyone, it's Lisa Adams from Fresh Air Careers, and today I wanted to give you a couple of tidbits about how to actually submit your resume and cover letter into a company. So how do you do that? I've gotten all kinds of questions lately of what's the best way to actually get your resume and cover letter into the company. Well, a couple things. First off, the number one rule is that you always network as best you can into that company. You do the research and you find out as best you can who the hiring manager is, or some kind of a name of the hiring team, some person that's on the hiring team. And you reach out to them and you submit it directly to that person as best you can with the best kind of cover letter. We talk about this on Career HMO. Best kind of cover letter as far as having connection, getting a hook in for that company, but to actually submit it to that person, address it to that person, and then follow up with that person within a week of, hey, I'm just following up from the resume and cover letter I put in with you about this position that I'm really strongly interested in. And I'd like to have an opportunity to meet with you and talk to you. So that's the A number one. You actually get a person who's the hiring manager and you know their name and you know how to reach them. That's actually the ideal way to do it. If you can't get to that person, but you know maybe somebody else on the team or somebody else in that company, that's another opportunity that you have. If you're networked into the company by another name or another person, even if they're not in that department, again, send that cover letter and resume directly to that person. Could you please pass this along to the hiring manager? I'm really strongly interested in your company, and here's why. And here's why I bring value to this job. So that's the second thing. If you don't have names for either one of those and you really want to get this in, then you'll need to go through the traditional processes of submitting it either online or through the HR department. But what you want to do is always in your cover letter and your resume, show your value, show your interest in that company, and why you connect with them. So that's the best way. And you always want to be very clear when you submit your information in. What position are you applying to? Why are you interested in that position? And also ask for the interview. Say, I'd love to hear from you to talk about this more in person. I will follow up on this in a week. Now, there's some places where they don't give you the name. They don't want to hear phone calls. They don't want to hear back from you, really, because they're just afraid that they're going to get inundated with phone calls. So you need to respect that and not call, but possibly an email back into that company or to a contact within HR about that a week or so later can't hurt. But you do have to be sensitive to those requests when they say no phone calls. That means no phone calls before you submit your resume and usually after you submit your resume. So that would probably be the worst situation, is to just submit it blindly, but if you have to, you have to, and that's just the best way. And if you need to get yourself into that company, then that's what you're going to do. But be sure to try as best you can to get a name, and then if you don't have, it's best follow up with them afterwards. So just a quick tidbit of actually how to submit your resume and cover letter. Would love to hear some more comments of what's worked for you. So add to the comments in the video. Thanks all.